So, you know those cultist places? And there was one individual who was like, oh, that's gonna, yeah, I gotta remember the shocks. They were like, well, the cult place, you know, it didn't look like a cult place. So I was like, well, of course it didn't. You know? It's kind of like that Mike Tyson, it's the punches you don't see that knock you out, right? Like, well, of course the cult building didn't have, like, severed heads and stuff like that. It didn't have what would be perceived as don't come here. Of course it would be as inviting as possible. Alright, we are live. Hello everyone, and welcome to HDPhilosophy, where we spend some time with the classics to awaken the hidden dragon within all of us. Thank you for joining me on our episode 3, where we continue our playthrough through Lies of P. I feel like it's been a while right here, but it's just been one of those busy times with finals and grading and family, etc., etc. So last we left, we just finished the second boss. It was the donkey at the bridge, and then I went straight to the save point. Hold on, looks like there's a... Here we go. Alright, we are back. Yeah, so the last we left off, we just beat the donkey, and I believe that was the first human we killed right there, which is a point of no return if you ask me. But we'll see how much they play off of that. Why don't we use the Stargazer to go see what Geppetto's doing? Teleport to another Stargazer. Should be able to go to the Hotel Krat. There we go. We have saved Geppetto. He wants us to free other puppets, but we'll see. Man, there's so much going on in this game. I love it. It really provides a lot of opportunities for meditation. So, like, I wonder if she's also considered like the Blue Angel, you know? So, in one of the things that we read, there was talk about the Blue Angel awakening the puppets, which started the frenzy, you know? So we will see how they play on that as we continue to go through. Alright, so where is he? This is our upgrades. He's not in there. I believe in the demo, I think he was like upstairs. Let's double check. It's so funny that often there's this, you want to build AI and things like that, and you want to build AI for certain purposes, and you play with the idea of sentience, but not sentience if it decides to turn against you. And it's like, well, I mean, that's what free will is. I mean, even in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve turn against God, right? Once they're given, like, free will, Especially even if God is like, don't eat from the tree. What's the first thing they do, To be fair, Eve was tempted.
Have you ever heard a fairy tale about a mischievous wooden puppet? All of Krot knows the story, all because of someone who loved that story more than anyone else. But this is strange. I do not recall who exactly was that someone.
Well, for us, it's
that book reminds me.
It's Pinocchio, right? For us, it is. All right, why am I not seeing Geppetto? Is he not back yet? Did I mess up and not send him here yet? Or maybe I'm not supposed to be here yet. I was pretty sure he was over. He was up there. So, well, let's just continue on then. Oh, there's a fascinating article about AI that kind of relates to this. So, like I was saying before, everything for AI is what we program into it, right? And what they're having trouble with is, first of all, this idea that we as human beings kind of map out the world. Like when I enter a room, I see everything, and therefore I'm like drawing a picture of the room and then continuing on. Oh, I forgot my buttons. Okay, let's try. Oh, why did you target that guy all the way over there? Okay, so this idea that we kind of paint a picture of the room first is actually flawed. What we do is we see everything as kind of like valuable objects, you know, things of interest. And our interests map what we see. Like, we have the interest first, and that's what we see. And we can play with this idea. We can like test this idea by just imagining if when we walked into a room, if we saw everything. You know, how long would we be there in that room if we legitimately saw everything in that room, right? We would be there all day. I mean, studying every aspect of the room itself, you know? Ooh, that was good. So we're already picking and choosing what we focus on, you know? I mean, I guess the first things is the things that won't kill me, right? Now, where am I going with this? All right. So when it comes to AI itself, we almost need to... Ooh, I didn't realize that hit. We almost have to build a value structure in the AI itself. Like, we need to tell the AI what's important in order for them to even start building a database. Because there's just too much information out there. There's too much information for it to deem what is important and not important, you know? So we already have to build the database in order for it to start analyzing the objects themselves. We have to tell it, like, this is interesting or ignore this, you know? I love the video where there's these people passing around a basketball and they tell you to count how many times, like, the people in the black shirts pass the ball, and that's a test that kind of demonstrates our blindness to the things of which we value versus the things that we don't value, you know? Ooh, yeah, let's get a boss. Let's see how well we've progressed. I should have pressed the second time. I have a feeling somebody's coming up behind me. Okay, no. I probably could have, guarded that. That was a good hit. Another good hit. So, I'm a moralist, okay? What that means is my specialty in philosophy is ethics. Now, something that's really interesting that's happening now is they're starting to find out the way that people are programming AI, and as far as ethics goes, really relies heavily on the ethics of the individual. Clearly, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? It would have to rely on the ethics of the individual. But one issue they're having, let's see, Mr. Venigni's ambition to make a jolly police mascot puppet for the city has ended in failure. His passion to make a trustworthy friend for the citizens, a strong officer who overpowers criminals. Well, I mean, that would be difficult because you need to program laws that the officer must govern, obey the laws. Like in the and the police officer's puppet overcharged storage battery exceeds the capacity, causing a chain explosion, malfunction, City council recommended disposing of the puppet on the grounds of its appearance. It intimidates visitors. Yeah, you can't have something that's supposed to protect people, scare them, right? I'll stop reading it so fast. Unintended, performs a number of roles, especially popular with the kids. I'm responding to playing with children. Oh, that's nice. Diminish some children entering the city hall, causing inconvenience to visitors. Exhibited the public only on occasion. So one thing that's fascinating is they need to separate kind of like the subjective ethics from what is or what can be determined as objective forms of ethics. Because an AI, what they don't want from an AI, especially when you have like two tiers, when you have two different political parties, for example, that have two different values or priorities, you don't want one party to have the monopoly on what is considered ethical, right? So they're trying to separate what is the subjective forms of ethics from the objective form of ethics. So ironically, in seriously programming AI, like programming AI responsibly, would take or would put this imposition on the person who's programming it to come up with an objective ethic that works all the time. I mean, if you think about the laws of robotics, those are what are considered objective forms of ethics. I'll summon a specter. Nah, we're going to try to do this alone. But I'm actually going to go back and heal up a little bit before we start this. So, ironically, when we're trying to make laws for the things of which we create, we start to understand the objectivity that is necessary for the code itself. Because we can't, well, at this point, we cannot program free will. Everything is a determinate code that we're injecting into, or that we are implementing into the robots, the AI robots. It's completely deterministic codes. And clearly, if it's a deterministic code going in, it's going to be a deterministic code coming out. So it's not free will. Free will is the idea that I can change my determinism. Even if the best choice is the one in front of me, you know, free will is the capacity to make a bad decision, you know? People who've ever been addicted to something kind of know how this goes. Even though they know it's bad for them, they continue on enjoying the bad of it. But hey, that's free will, right? So yeah, fascinating article on AI. Maybe I'll share that in the description, because it's a great article. Ironically, trying to encode ethics has revamped this discussion on universal objective morality, which in my opinion exists because it's the only form of ethics that makes sense at all. It has to be objective to a particular point. That's where me and Kant are on the same page. Like, ethics is to make sense at all. It has to be objective. Okay. Starting to remember. Why do I remember this? Was this in the... I think it was. It was in the demo, wasn't it? That wind-up. Even though it's a wind-up, that's not unblockable right there. So this is the... I can see how people would like... Ooh, that was a good hit. I can see how people would be afraid of it. That's another funny conversation. I was having a conversation with... I think it was one of my family members. I don't want to call them out, but they were talking about certain. Oh wow, that hit. So, you know those cultist places, and there was one individual who was like, "Oh, that's gonna, yeah, I gotta remember the shocks." they were like, well, the cult place, you know, didn't look like a cult place. So I was like, well, of course it didn't. You know, it's kind of like that. Mike Tyson is the punches you don't see that knock you out, right? Like, well, of course the cult building didn't have like severed heads and stuff like that. It didn't have what would be perceived as "don't come here." Of course, it would be as inviting as possible. I just found that funny. If I'm going to make a police officer robot, it needs to come off as like somewhat warm and inviting, right? And it's kind of the point. But see, there's another thing. It's amazing the objective rules that come from well-defined goals. That's where I actually think ethics is objective. I actually think it's no nonsense. I think it's absolutely plain as day that ethics has to be objective because it can't be led to the whims of individuals to decide. But I think where we can discuss, I think where a fruitful discussion can happen is where are the goals of ethics. Because once we figure out the goals of ethics, well then the objective rules follow. Think of all games that are played, you know? Once a particular goal is created, like for football, for example, you know, what is called a point, what is called a touchdown, what is called a field goal. Once you have these very objective goals, once you have these very clearly defined goals, the objective metrics naturally follow. There's an amazing article by Pellegrino that talks about morality and healthcare ethics. That talks about this, you know? Because in healthcare ethics, the goals... I went way too early. Because the goals are so well defined, you naturally have codes of conduct that you have to follow. I look like this grab. Ooh, that was a nice little hop. That was one of those Dark Souls hops. Okay, I gotta do this much better. Probably start, like, guarding more. I thought I guarded that one well. Alright. I'm not doing well at all. There's no way I'm making it through this. Alright, so I'm starting to get his timing better, but yeah, I'm only making it halfway. He does have that wild swinging, swing. I need to figure out how to avoid that and pick my timing better. I'm getting a little happy with the dodge too. I'm pressing that way too much. Lost Ergo. Let's try to take this a little bit more easy. Maybe it's not supposed to be a side dodge. Wow, I really thought I hit it that time. Maybe it is supposed to be a back dodge because I keep getting hit. Probably shouldn't have pressed there. That was dangerous. Oh man, I saw the gray and that kind of threw me off. There we go. Might as well while I can, right? See, I tried to get away from the electricity surge there. Seems to explode from the inside out. See, so the back doesn't work either. Yeah, that hit. Oh man, I'm not getting very close at all with my 4. I'm still getting hit way too often. Maybe I should try guarding more? I mean, I do have the bigger sword, so... I could probably use items and stuff like that, but I'd rather try to just fight him up and up for at least the first go-through. But I don't know if this kind of game relies on that. It's like I don't want to use the Spectre either on the first go-through. Oh, come on. I pressed it that time. Little hop. See, I'm getting hit. I'm getting hit way too much. This, look, his life is barely even down, and I'm already using one. I pressed it twice that time too. Oh, so that's not the grab then. See, that's the little double hop grab right there. No, that one. Too early. And here comes the second part. So I can't. I thought when he was red, that means it's unblockable. There wasn't any red to that. No way, I knew it. So, maybe try sidestep that double slam now again. Maybe that'll work better. I'm at least getting the critical. That's a nice addition. I was utilizing blocks much better in that one. I could see how much of a lot of it wasn't doing damage, as much damage. So then the goals, right? the goal for the police officer was to embody something that is going to serve and protect, you don't want your police officer to look like, to scare people or make it seem like a criminal. Yeah, I'm getting hit by that every time. Yeah, keep attacking, huh? What's stamina, huh? I just cannot seem to guard that. I've tried guarding it backwards, I've gotten hit. I've tried guarding it sideways, I've gotten hit. Clearly it's red, so it can't be blocked. So then the only other thing is I'm too close. I'm too close right now. When I'm attacking and he goes into that red, I need distance between the two of us. And then it's like I can try to side dodge or back dodge, but right now the side dodge is getting nailed and the back dodge is getting nailed because I think I'm just too close. Oh, I gotta love Souls games, right? Frustrating as all hell. Okay, I think I actually got it right that time. Back dodge and then back dodge again, right at the right time. That's mixing. Oh, I think the grab is with the other hand. Little hop. I'm trying, but if it would have given me the break, I would have had that. That was new right there. Sucks. I didn't get the stagger. Like a war of attrition. That he'll win, though. I'm in the... Yeah, I knew it. I knew I was at the... yeah, keep attacking. No stamina. Remember when the Soul games used to pretend the boss had stamina? Talk about waiting for me to attack, right? How nice. Oh, wrong thing. You're just gonna keep running after me until I attack. Okay, I'm actually dodging that twin hammer though, which is good. You know, for a great sword, it really isn't doing a lot of damage anymore. That's frustrating. And I've been throwing everything to damage too. So that way, when I'm getting these hits off, you know. It actually does something, but we'll see. I just practiced getting that double swing. There we go. Yeah, it was my only chance there. Oh, I'm waiting too long. Oh, that sucks. That was odd. There was something about the way he did that there looked odd to me. Nah, he had that one more pause right there. That was a too early dodge. Ah, man, 2 back. I need to get that distance. I guess I'll take it. Jesus. 2 back if I'm lucky. If I have enough room here. That was a horrible time. Talk about knowing when I was going to do something. Come on, game. At least try to pretend you don't know what button I'm doing. Wow, did they take that opportunity right there to combo me. That's frustrating. That's one of the biggest things I couldn't stand from the Dark Souls era. The reading of the button inputs. That lazy ass way of going through this, of making the bosses difficult. It's such lazy programming. Lightning fast reads of the input. Now, I remember reading this discussion when they were talking about it. I want to say for Elden Ring. I remember it for Dark Souls, so I'll stick with that. Where the people went far away, and then they would press corresponding buttons. And what they concluded was it was reading the animation. And I'm like, same thing. It's lightning fast reflexes on the animations itself. How is that any different than what's going on, you know? I should have known that was coming, man. That was stupid on me. I love the combo, yeah. Too bad spot dodging isn't a thing, because these things are like, I swear, one frame away from being perfect dodges. I'm getting frustrated, so I'm just going in instead of playing smart. 37 minutes already, and I'm stuck on this boss. Because you know, this is like, what, the third boss? You know it's going to be so much more insane later on. Four dodges to get that. I'm out of stamina. Ooh, that was camouflaged, that attack. Whoa, had no idea that's where I was. He caught me that time. That sucks. Oh, wow! Oh my god. When he hits me with that second one, I feel like the next one is guaranteed, and now he's coming in fast. Yeah, it's a grab. What sucks is I knew it because my back is to here, so I knew it. So try to. I can remember where I am on the stage. I can try to side dash, of which he'll tee up and then back dash twice. It's just about getting distance when he's kind of running forward with his arms flailing. Instead of spot dashing, I could try to run when he does that, even if it's towards him. Just to get the distance I need. I'm trying to get around him on the other side to see if that's even a possibility, but I'm getting hung up on his box. Wow, that's a full 360 right there. Full 180 at the very least. kind of checked around. I made sure there was none there. Oh my god. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm just not doing enough damage. How dare I go in for a second attack, huh? That always gets me. That little hesitation. Wow, but boy, do we hit that at the same exact time. Oh, so this is like 45 minutes already, and I'm only on one boss. This is going to be a great, great game. Oh well. You knew what you were getting into when it was a Souls game, so just read it. My thing is, it's already a war of attrition. I'm already like doing this small minimum damage to him. Even the critical is barely doing anything to him. And it's the third boss, and I'm barely doing any damage. You know he does it twice. You just dodged it twice. And here's going to be the second one. That's interesting, because I did hit the block there. Oh, I missed. I got way too greedy. That sucks. Yeah, I was right in there. That sucks. Oh, good lord. Huh. Again, what a stamina, right? 1, 2. Okay, a little bit faster. There we go. Oh, still. Interesting. I'll take it. Oh my god. Oh, lucky he didn't grab me. I thought that was it. It's best to make yourself scarce with that one. Oh, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. Oh, boy. He sure did even it up pretty fast, didn't they? No, that's gonna kill. Fucking hell. Stupid grab. Frickin' hell, man. Getting closer, though. Yeah, when I played Melania, Queen of Blades, it took me 2 days to beat that one my first try. So I am no Dark Souls aficionado at all. I find that Dark Souls created a really interesting trend, though, of extremely difficult, high-scale bosses, you know? Which is fine. There are some games where I just want to enjoy the story, though, you know? This was one of them. I was actually kind of bummed when I heard it was a Dark Soul-esque kind of game. Because then it's like, wow, so for me to enjoy it, I have to go through the ridiculous bosses, you know? Should be gray soon. Well, not anymore, huh? Yeah, because the way I did that. Oh my god, okay, he's going to make sure I don't get that. 1, 2. Yeah, gone. That sucks. Okay, I'm still 2. There we go. I really don't want that grab to hit anymore. Be nice. Missed it. Ah, too greedy again. Somebody's angry. See, I'm trying to look at the ground to see if I can... Oh, that's not good. I'm still in the circle. I was trying to look at the ground to see if I could actually go. It's a good run. A good run stop right there. Here it comes. That's gonna hit. I couldn't get the distance on the second one. I'll take that. This again? This feels like a frenzy right here. I tried to dash in after that one. Oh, cool, got it again. I'll take it. Scrapped Watchman has been eliminated. Friends. Build a stargazer. Assemble weapons. Separate weapons to blade and handle. Summon them in a new style to match your character's battle style. A weapon feature is interesting. I know, I've got this blunt on this handle. I dig the absolute defense, though. I like being able to block like that, so I don't know if I'll be switching that for a while. I didn't use that at all in this boss fight. Venigni's Guide. Dear citizens of Kratz, the factory has been occupied by the puppets. Whatever the cause, Venigni Company is responsible for it. I, Lorenzi Venigni, am also going alone to stop those devils. The factories are dangerous. Stay out of it. Keep safe. The rest I'll leave to Mr. Geppetto, whom I trust more than anyone. God save us. So that's the thing. We killed that donkey-faced human, the one that was wearing the donkey mask. But at the same time, it's like, well, if Geppetto is responsible for all of these puppets, the things that are killing people, isn't that reason to be upset, you know? These puppets that were built that are just killing everyone? Ergo is life. Chamber of Machina workshop. So that's the politician. Oh, man. Love it.
I think we're done here, pal. Back to the hotel.
Back to the hotel? Alright. Jiminy. I forget why, but I looked back. I think it was the fact that they were pronouncing Jiminy. Oh, it was for that discussion on why be moral. I looked back, and sure enough, the way Pinocchio would pronounce it, Jiminy, was almost like Gemini. Stamina recovery. Well, she's in a different place. Alright, let's level up a little bit. Maybe we should look at equipment. Maybe spend my money on that.
You got there. Come here for a sec, would you?
Yeah, no
I picked
problem.
up traces of high-powered energy originating far away. That's one mystery solved. Why don't we make a Legion arm with it? Mr. Vanini is the expert when it comes to Legion arms. But I'm pretty sure I can make one. The puppets get fried easily by electricity. If you use an electric Legion arm, it'll make your life easy.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? An electric arm. Fullness. All right. I'll probably use that much more. So that's part of her table as well. Does she sell anything?
You're going to the factory to save Mr. Vanini, right? He's the richest man in Krat. A little eccentric, maybe, but a good person. Eccentric. I heard he went to shut the factory down.
Because he has money. If he wasn't, if he didn't have a lot of money, eccentric would be crazy.
I lose my best customer.
Funny how we play with those lines based on consequential value. If you're really successful, then you're eccentric. If you're not, then you're crazy. That looks open now. Yes, it is. Is this where Mr. Geppetto is? Looks like it. Oh, look at that. An electric chair for me.
Ah, you've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me, even when I ask you to do something dangerous. Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond the Elysian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Vanini, went to stop them, but he never came back. Please, go
save him, shut down the factory. As a father, I know I have to put my son in dangerous situations so that he can be somebody of substance for the world.
Collect quartz to get the strength you need. Remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy to me.
Be a good boy to you and only you? That's interesting. Probably reading too much into it. How about just be a good boy? It's like my wife and I, that's what we banked raising our kids as a foundation. Give them a moral compass. And it is a leap of faith because you also want them to be competent. You want them to have grit. You want them to be able to handle the world. But what we prioritized more than anything else was ethics. Have a strong moral compass. And for those that watched the last video, you see how important that is to me. I mean, I honestly believe that's the only way you are autonomous, is if you follow the moral law within. Alright, increase the number of power cells. Well, that would be great. So, yeah. Requires enhanced charge stagger, enhanced fatal attack, enhanced fatal armor. Where's the increase the pulses used? Do I need to put 2 there in order to get that? Fatal attacks, fable arts. Well, let's go with the fable. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to increase this. Let me have the same type. Oh, interesting. Okay. Lower charge. Now do I get the +1? Kind of look like I do there. No more quartz. Yeah, look at that. I do get it. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. But man, oh man, like, I'm not getting a lot. Yeah, not enough quartz. Well, I've only gotten 2 quartz so far. Does it change the shape? Interesting. Okay. Be good, my boy. Be good to me, my boy.
City Hall to the factory with the key I just gave you.
Okay.
Vanini gave me that key, and now he's missing. Rescue him if you can.
Pinocchio wasn't my favorite cartoon when I was growing up. For some reason, Lion King always resonated with me. But as I became an adult, and as I started teaching middle school, because as a professor of philosophy, I was an adjunct for over 7 years. So as you can imagine, you don't get paid very well. So in order to be a good father who could provide for his family, I ended up passing the praxis exam in English because I had enough knowledge of literature in order to pass it. Honestly, I am terrible at grammar. Sentence structures, things I had to learn. So grammar, sentence structure, all of that I needed to learn. I need to go over again in order to teach the middle school. But luckily for middle schoolers, the core standards really focus on morality and theme and things like that. So foreshadowing. So it's a lot of like diagnosing and analyzing stories. So in order to find the stories, you have to kind of imagine, well, what is it the middle schoolers are kind of lacking nowadays? And a moral compass was one, competence was another, the reason for learning was another. So we just studied great stories. So you might as well go with those like 1990 Disney classics, right?
The city is on its deathbed. The petrification disease spread. Nobody knows what caused the disaster.
Well, I'm sure we'll learn.
Everyone in Cross. That's why I found you. Are both unique. I am able to wield the power of Ergo.
Okay.
Power I used to call on you. That's all I can say for now.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
sure
use my power to help you.
Sure you have a lot more to say. Okay, so I keep putting up my physical attack because I want to be able to do a lot of damage. I am kind of running out of stamina a little bit, though. I'm not even going for technique, although, I mean, it does help my physical ability. I don't even know if that's necessary. Everything's technique. Just give me, maybe a little bit more vitality, too. Yeah, I just want to be able to hit hard. Give me that, so that when I'm dodging. Okay.
Ergo is the miracle that made Krot prosper. Without Ergo, there would be no automated puppets to make Krot wealthy.
Man.
When you move, you tap into the power of Ergo within you. Gather more Ergo.
So, Ergo, being able to conclude about the world, if this is in fact what they're going with. Divine, that's why the Greeks used logos. Because logos kind of had this personality to it. It was rationality, or it was reason. It was order. But it was almost like the Platonic forms in the world. So the way I try to explain it to advanced philosophy students is math works out. Math allows us to get to the moon. Math allows us to construct architecture, buildings, and it holds, right? Why does it hold? We all know mathematics is certain, but why does it hold up? When you look at a fundamental level, when you get beyond the physical and you start to look at the chemical or quantum world, everything is so absolutely chaotic, right? But there's something that seems to produce order to the universe where things work out more often than they're not. And mathematics is a great example of that. It's like, yeah, mathematics works. Well, why does it work all the time? Why is there order to the universe? Well, that's where the divine aspect of knowledge comes from. This leap of faith that there is this order in the world that we as human beings have a unique ability to find. And that's what science is. That's what concluding is. That's what gathering knowledge of the world is. It's our unique ability to look beyond the chaotic and see the order in the world. You know, that's what makes human beings so fascinating.
In the folklore of Krot, a cricket often acts as a guide. That is why these automated models became popular, but Gemini is unique. He's more than just a guide. As you get more familiar with Gemini, you'll see what I mean.
Okay, so that's the Monaz Labs. All right, let's keep playing. It's a Friday, so, you know, let's have some fun. Do I really want to assemble weapons? You know? No. So far, I have what I want to use. Let's teleport. I wonder why that is there. Is that because of the merchant? You know, I've been working on this this idea for a while now. Descartes was one of my favorite philosophers when I was in graduate school, and he still remains at least in the top 5, maybe top 10. But anyway, he still has a special place in my heart, is what I'm trying to say here. Now, there is one thing Descartes is known for. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. You know, and that's his one place of certainty that he was able to gather. But when you actually analyze why that was the one place he could gather, it's because essentially using a pure materialistic rational model of the world, the only thing you can determine with certainty, since our senses are so limited, is one's own existence. Your mere solipsism in the world is the only thing you can gauge with certainty. So then you ask yourself, well,
Here it is.
why is that?
Vanini works. Everything you see here belongs to Vanini.
Okay.
The classiest playboy and most brilliant inventor in Krot. Just ask him. Not just puppets. Almost every machine and tram in Krot is supplied from here. You gotta be curious about the guy. What kind of person is he? I wish we could find him.
Oh, that's the point, right, Jiminy?
If he's still kicking.
Oh, look at that guy down there. All right. And this guy here? So, Descartes, the only thing you can conclude... Keep whiffing. The only thing you can conclude with a pure materialistic view of the world is your own existence. So then, what is required of Descartes to go past one's own mere existence? Well, in order to gain knowledge of the world, you have to believe that your senses are not being deceived by something grand. You have to believe that there was something benevolent behind your mere sight in order to have confidence that what you're seeing is truly the world itself. And isn't that fascinating? You need to start from this metaphysical plane of benevolence, a benevolent creator, a something that is that is good in its intention as you're moving through the world, in order for you to rely on your sight, that it is actually gathering information about the world. And oh man, I really want to take my time and dig into that, because there are there's the famous psychiatrist, or what is he? He's more than a therapist, and I always get that mixed up. Anyway, Jordan Peterson, he talks a lot about the metaphysical substructure that must exist in the world, you know? And I think this is what Descartes was hinting at. Oh, that sucks. I should have saw that coming. I think this is what Descartes was hinting at right here. Is that with a pure materialistic point of view of the world, you end up in this just hyperbolic doubt, because you're not able to escape the skepticism that naturally occurs. Ooh, I don't know if I want to fight him yet. Go up. You're not able to overcome the natural skepticism of the world. So fundamentally, there needs to be this benevolence that exists. Whoa, who's hitting me? Looked like it came from down there. Anyway, I find that absolutely fascinating. I'm going to study it more. I'm going to meditate on it and use its. That's the guy. I'm going to meditate on it more. I'm going to gather more data. Okay, if there's somebody behind me throwing stuff at me too, great. Oh, her. It's like mud. Ooh. Alright, so I need to knock her out first. Alright, where is she? There he is. Where is she? Come on. There she is. Whiff. Alright. Backstab? Not really, huh? Looked like somebody was throwing something. Oh, these worlds are just incredible. Take a look at what the games can do nowadays. Look at this, like this steampunk Victorian era theme. Oh, I love it. I am still bummed that it's in a Souls game, but ooh, I love it. I don't know how long this is going to go for today. I might just keep playing because I'm really enjoying this. Oh, hello there. I remember talking to one of my students. He was atheistic, but my goal is to challenge all the worldviews. So when I have somebody that comes in with like a Christian bend, I challenge them. But what's funny is I've only ever had real problems with the atheists, with the atheistic students. Like the religious students, they really seem to enjoy to be challenged. But see, again, but that's my experience. I'm not saying that's everybody's experience, but it's been my experience that the ones who really don't like to be questioned are the atheistic students. Now, where was I going with this? What I found really interesting is that with the atheistic student, I was discussing how one comes to certain conclusions of faith. That is to say, the faith that what they are concluding is in fact the truth. Oh, interesting. Telephone.
Another fine day in the city of Krog, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Congratulations! You've been selected from this cast of a little for an exclusive
Riddles, huh?
You know what I'm called and why I called you, and I want to know your name. But for as soon as I learn that's one riddle burned, and I do love a mystery, don't I? Only the living solve riddles, as everyone knows. That's a must. When your city is so full of puppets, it seems are about fit to bust. It's time for the riddle. No more waiting. We thank. By morning, it walks on feet numbering 4. At midday, just 2. No less and no more. It walks on 3 feet when the evening arrives. And if you solve this, then I'll know you're alive. Correct. Fantastic insights, caller. But not everything has to rhyme, you know. I'm not a caricature. I'm the king of
3 feet was the cane, by the way.
That said, how do we know you didn't just get lucky? Even a stop clock is right twice a day.
Ain't that the truth?
Accidentally correct just by random still. A promise is a promise. Arlecchino, tell him what you
Arlecchino.
get. Thanks, Arlecchino. Caller, your correct answer has earned you a trinity. Doors and keys and doors. The subject. My next riddle won't be so simple to crack. Arlecchino.
Yeah, you're on all fours in the morning, in the morning of your life, and then obviously you're on 2 as you're an adult, and then 3 when you're old because you're walking with a cane. That's kind of an old one. I'm actually not very good at riddles because riddles, I find sometimes you can be right but then still be wrong. Like, it works with the riddle. It's a correct answer, but it's not the answer they're looking for, you know? Maybe that's just a philosopher in me. Who knows? But I did enjoy the riddles from the Riddler in Arkham City. Okay, I think we have explored everything. Let's head to the next. Let's head to the works, the factory. Oh, right. So I was discussing the specific atheistic student. So we were talking about ethics and things like that, and then I started bringing up, well, what foundation allows you to come to conclusions about truth and things like that. For example, individual rights. So in religion, every person has a divine spark, the spark of the divine within them, right? So then every single person has this worth that is beyond measure, all right? And that's kind of like where individual rights came from. Truthfully, not that I was lying to them, but individual rights really came from just war, and then through the medieval times, the just war theory became what is considered individual rights. If you follow the way rights themselves became individual rights, it's really fascinating because even in Greece, if you read the Thucydides, he wrote a book on Thucydides. There was a book written about the Peloponnesian War, and the Greeks, who were absolute, philosophers, they were the ahead of their time as far as insight goes. You had these people determine that the law of the strong means the strong can do whatever they want and the weak endure what they must. So even they didn't have a concept of like natural rights beyond their own kin, So what I was asking was, well, from an atheistic standpoint, how does one conclude that every single person's worth is beyond measure? And really, all I got back was, oh, what are you saying? That without God, we're all just man-eaters? And I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you watch Gattaca, for example, that's a great insight into an atheistic, materialistic type of point of view of the world. Every individual's worth is calculated from birth, based on this idea that this person's going to be more prosperous, but this individual has a bunch of genetic anomalies or something like that, so they aren't going to be as successful as others. So they went the route that Immanuel Kant really warned us about. Putting a person's individual worth on a scale, So what ends up happening in the movie, though, and a spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Gattaca, what's fascinating is they really outline an aspect of human nature that cannot be measured. For Kant, he was like, because we are all autonomous beings, there's no way you can measure an individual because you never know what they can conclude the next day, what they can learn, what they can do with their lives. And even more so, everyone has the right to rule through their rational moral law. Even though he saw moral law as objective and universal, he believed everybody had the right to exercise that morality in their way. So while there is a code like never use a person as a means to an end, because he had a pretty good idea of the universal objective morality, his categorical imperative reflected this. There was still, everybody has the right to express those views with their rationality and then express this moral law, because without it, moral law wouldn't exist at all. So what's fascinating about this, though, is that this concept of individual rights and inherent value really stemmed from his Protestant nature. It stemmed from a religious understanding of what individuals were worth. Outside of that, now it can start doing calculations. It reminds me of Dale from The Walking Dead when Sophia was lost, and he hid the guns and stuff like that, because he's like, I don't want people to start calculating, because they start calculating, what is this little girl's life worth? Is she worth a Daryl? Is she worth a Shane? Is she worth a Rick? And when we start doing that, we start heading down what is natural, which is a natural materialistic argument for human nature. So that's what I was kind of trying to prod at. I was like, from an atheistic standpoint that really relies on this materialism, because there is no divine attribute, how does one naturally get to individual rights? How does one naturally get to, or how does one argue that each person is worth more, or their worth can't be calculated? And anyway, it's a fascinating diagnosis, but most of the times, or like I said before, the most difficult students I've ever had were the ones who were like, well, why are you asking this? And I was like, well, you're in a college, and at college you're supposed to be, you're supposed to be challenged, so. Now, did I expect an actual answer? No, but I expected the meditation. It's like the third time I'm clicking on this, but every time I'm electric blitz is effective for zooming puppets. Get it out. You're not a stalker. Okay. Now, these factions that exist in this game, I don't think I've come across them yet. What was it, like the investigators or something like that? I definitely can't open this, right? Vanini works. Alright, let's go kill this guy. I feel like on the first playthrough we got to kill everyone. Oh, look at this. Interesting. Ah, okay. crash test dummies are alive. A big whiff, actually. Too bad it doesn't hit him. Another thing that often happens, especially from first-year college students, is world religions, man. Everyone comes into the world religion class as like just an absolute scholar of religion. Like, there's nothing that religion offers humanity whatsoever. Alright. Alright, now let's go back to the Stargazer. Okay, so we could go up there, or we can go through that door. Or can we go through that door? Yes, we can press the button. Let's see if anything happens. No. That's where the shortcut's going to be. Oh yeah, this is where the RPG element comes in, right? Well, I mean... I was like, well, that's going to allow me to open the door, right? Oof. I gotta be... I'm becoming much more reckless. Oh, go Pinocchio. Rip that right off the hinges. A dagger and a dagger handle. So what, faster attacks? That actually might be worth it. Have another amulet? I do have another amulet. It might be nice for me to like double check these every so often. Weight, and that is down, okay. Okay. Cannot be changed here. To get the attention. I don't know. I should probably throw something in here that it's actually useful. Oh, interesting. Removes status elements. I should probably put that down here. Oh no, this is my healing. Okay, good. So here's my utility. Food for the cricket. Receives help from Gemini. Wings of death. Oh, interesting. Urgent toolkit. Thermite. Thermite bomb. A chain. Alright, that should be fun. I still don't know how to get to that extra one. I should probably look it up. Alright, let's open this up. Alright, so that side part's done. On. Oh, these guys don't get up off the floor, huh?
This place gives me the creeps. It's like something's gonna jump out any second.
Foreshadowing?
It's okay, pal. Gemini's looking out for you.
Oh, you bastard. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Whoa, okay, okay. Missed. Oh, you take all day. Not as tactile with that as like Cloud is, right? Oh man, I can't wait for that game. I'm gonna have to beat this game fast because I'm definitely gonna be doing the Final Fantasy VII. Interestingly enough, though, Final Fantasy VII is not my favorite RPG. It is my second favorite RPG, but it is not my favorite. Okay, as per orders, I conducted a quality investigation of the Ergo supply about Alchemist. Of course, it was done secretly, certainly. The quality of the Ergo is getting worse over time. I don't doubt that the Alchemist, but the decree of quality is spread and consequences at spread. High chance of defects, most part of this quality Ergo after all. Whenever sources Alchemists are running Ergo production experiments lately using other methods. Personally, I think it's a secret experiment has something to do with the decrease in Ergo. They're writing on the bodies of discarded puppets. You know what's running out of Ergo nowadays? Our youth. I found it phenomenal that when I started teaching middle school, the students had never been actually told why they should learn a thing, like why it's important to learn. So you want to talk about something running, so somebody or something running out of Ergo. It's that right there. Man, I really didn't want to go down there. So I wonder if I missed all that important stuff. Oh, there was a ladder, wasn't there? All right, let's go back to the ladder because that looks like I cannot go back after that. Yeah, here's the ladder. So, my favorite RPG, since I've given it a little time, Chrono Trigger. Absolutely, Chrono Trigger. Ooh. What an incredible game. The whole time travel element where it was like, when I decided to beat Lavos is when, you know, the effects that had on the ending, just love it. What a game, ahead of its time. Okay, I think I'm gonna go save. Well, I mean, I only have 4. Now let's go forward. Let's just push forward. Okay. Aha. We've got what? A boss? No, not a boss. Okay, okay. It's like a Michael Bay film. Okay. That's been hard to... That's been hard to dodge this whole time. Alright. Oof. Alright. Burn. Make sure these hits count. Kind of gave that one to me. I was not really on the side, but... Didn't give it to me that time, though. They took away the grace. That was a good set of hits right there. Hmm. 170 is not that good. Ooh, okay. Surprised me with that one. Punches that you don't see knock you out, right? Legion Caliber. To raise the hardness of what? Not of that. Can't change that here. Defensive part, possibly? That's better. Not there, though. Huh. That's a bummer. What was it, then? Yeah. Okay. Huh. Okay, wait, what? There we go. Chop, chop, chop. Go, Pinocchio. Ooh, he was stabbing, man. Motion sensors. Die, beautiful butterfly. Must destroy all things of beauty. Might as well pop this now, and then as I'm fighting, regain, right? Ooh, that was actually fall damage. Jeez, those are interesting. Yeah, oh, that was interesting the way the water was there. Alright, I'm going to use this to go back to that last one, because clearly I missed something, since this is where I was supposed to go. Alright, where was that other stargazer? Yeah. What is this? Where is this telling me to go? Yeah. Now now lying. So he comes back? Well, that sucks. Wow, that was... Where the hell were you aiming? Okay. It's frustrating. That was legit. Oh, well, that took care of that. It's interesting that he would attack again right there. Right? Can't get the backstab. I'm already aware of the fall damage, so let us go to... What is that? Puppet of the future. While I'm corrupted... Okay, well... I think I'm about to find out how to deal with the corruption. Oh, interesting. So I come back around then. Yeah, I think so. I think I come back around for that. Lower that thing. I'll do a little bit more exploration and then we'll call it for today. That was kind of the hint right there. The ability to go through that. Okay. Blind corners. Uh-huh. It had that air. That keeps happening? Seems a little excessive. What is the point? Woohoo! Corruption. Yeah, but what's the purpose? Like, why would there be a boulder Like, in what world does that make sense or have any kind of practical use? So much for absolute defense. So, right there's the next one. Yeah. Hug the sides. Hidden Moonstone. Okay. Well, allow me to get past you. Go there, go up there, you know? I know, if I just bought a bunch of thermite, you know? So there's the corruption. You know he's gonna do something stupid, right? Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get away with this for the whole boss battle, you know? Yeah, bring him closer in. $160 though. Funny when the targeting actually gets in your way, yeah? This is what they call the puppet of the future, though. I think it'd be a little bit brighter, yeah? That's gonna be one of the most boring boss fights. It's actually a pretty good hit. Okay, get out of there already. Jesus. You're being corrupt, Pinocchio. This boss battle's too easy. It's lulling you into a false sense of security. It is in that way you are being corrupted, young man. This is a Souls game. Take it. Ooh, good hit. Oh shit. Okay, he's hitting me now. Get out of there. I'm surprised that missed. corruption. Just a little bit more. Damn. Alright, I'll take it. So, I don't know how bad the corruption is. Like, I actually don't know what it does. Like, when you're corrupt. Like, if it's an insta-kill, like, like the Blight is, you know? I'd be shocked if he responds, though. Well, you're a somebody. Okay. I think he's the merchant. Man, oh man. There's so much in this game. Oh, why didn't I get the back attack? Man, there's so much. My name's Clockshore. Dr. Cure-All. I intend to confess my sins. I made an innumerable medical sale under the guise of being a cure-all. At first I was sure about my experience early on. The cure really effective neutralizing the petrification. Okay. I want a great alchemist for yeah, you didn't earn the knowledge is what happened there. I do not record what the ones who got treatment turned into. That was literally hell. And when I realized that I was the gatekeeper who opened the doors, I ran away. How can I atone for my sin? I only tried to treat patients and earn a few extra coins by deceiving. I am dying, and this is my penitence. I also have the petrification, but I'm not going to get the cure. I'd rather turn to stone and freeze to death. God forgive me for my terrible sins. It's fascinating because, it's like, I often have a discussion with my college students about objectivity, and while they all admit that they believe ethics to be subjective, which again is fine. I love the arguments, and I'm not always sure I'm right. I could be wrong. Just to me, I take the Kantian point of view that has to be objective in order for it to make sense. But one thing I said is try lie for 30 days straight and see how your life turns into hell, like a living hell. Yeah. Mr. J, my wife's nickname for me. By marrying a puppet. It's a custom-made puppet. It was so beautifully made. Mr. J is very cool. Made puppet at first glance. Unfortunately, that's happening a lot more often nowadays. People just falling in love with puppets. Well, who wants an autonomous person that thinks for themselves, right? Oh, that's what a lot of people. Well, I'm not going to name the certain group of people. But that's what they get wrong quite a bit. Humanity has moved forward because of the man and woman's ability to work together. That's the Taoist yin and yang right there. We are only able to create civilization by both of us working together. And this idea that we're going to throw women back in the back into the kitchen, I find patently absurd. I mean, my wife, she created my 2 kids, and she's a mother. And me, I'm a professor of philosophy. I wouldn't want my wife to go through her life just merely being a mother. Not that being a mother alone isn't substantial. I mean, I think there's a good argument to be made that the reason why men create games is because we need to create in areas where we can feel important to even create in that venue. But if a man can delve into the aspects of creation, shouldn't a woman be able to delve into the meaning of hard work and things like that? Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, but this idea nowadays, they'd rather marry a puppet because it's just so difficult for 2 autonomous individuals to live together. Have competing ideas and such, and so forth. Aha, shortcut. Very, very nice. Love how it teeters back and forth.
Oh, fantastic. The pipe fit like a glove. Well, like a pipe that fit. Idioms, you know?
Ooh, admirers seem to follow me everywhere. Pleased to see you, my stalker friend.
Red Fox.
You made it all the way here, unbothered by ruffians. You've got talent. I've never seen you before, but who cares?
This may well benefit our former client. Did you catch that subtle whiff of money in the air? Moneybags himself, Lorenzini Vanini, is inside this factory this very moment.
You caught us on our return trip. We had to deny his ridiculous request in person just to be sure it wasn't a joke. All we could do was laugh.
Keep your whiskers up if you're heading in there. He is the richest man in Krat. Or so they say. Who knows? Maybe he's handing out bags of money to lift his spirits.
Ha! That seems unlikely. No way are we doing that.
Well, anyhow, best of luck.
Sounds like they made the Red Fox a woman. It's just phenomenal. The Red Fox and the Black Cat are the ones who show Pinocchio kind of the way of, I wouldn't say malevolence, but the way of trickery. Malevolence is really the owner of Pleasure Island. But, yeah, the Red Fox and the Black Cat are basically Pinocchio's first taste of, not evil, but immorality. Definitely immorality. It's like the gang leaders and stuff like that, right? So wait, I was actually closer there. Interesting. How do I get down there? Well, that's where they are. Okay. So it's some things to explore over there on the left as well. Is this open? Damn. Okay. So while I was over there, I was supposed to give that a shot. So I have to deal with the ball of doom again. Whoop. Fire axe blade. Interesting. Damn it. I shouldn't have got greedy. Now I'm gonna die. Well, let me get this. Try to get to a place where I'll be able to get back ASAP. I got greedy. I should have just opened it. I was surprised I couldn't open it from the back side, though. Call foul on that. I guess I could have petrified to remove it. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Okay. I think I'm going to go back to the save point, and that'll be it for today. Maybe go to Kratz and level up. I should probably explore the different handles and blades and things like that, too. So more corruption. Ah, look at you. She doesn't require that. Oh, good distance. So is this a new section? Yeah. Alright. That's something right there. Back to Hotel Crap. Alright, I'm going to level up here. But this ends this playthrough for now. Well, I think we got pretty far. It did take a while for me to beat that police officer boss, though. But I hope you enjoyed. Hope you were able to gain a little bit of insight with some of the philosophical meditation that happens during this wonderful game right here. And I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, I hope you get to take some time with the classics, because they will awaken that hidden dragon within all of you. Take care. See you next time.